Welcome to the ASTRALX Deep Dive, illuminating your path. I'm Lunaria Celine, your intuitive guide.
And I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist. We bridge celestial wisdom,
Unlock your modern path.
discover guiding starlight insights.
Explore powerful cosmic energies. How do planetary transits shape your story today?
In this deep dive, well, we're really plunging into a fascinating source text. It's called the Obsidian Oracle, Scorpio Rising in 2025.
Right. And this material, it speaks directly to you, our listener, if your birth chart holds that really powerful combination of both a Scorpio Sun and a Scorpio Rising placement.
Exactly. This deep dive is all about exploring the unique celestial archetype described in this source for your specific energy signature and, the profound transformation that predicts for you in the coming year.
Okay, so the text defines a core identity for you.
It does. It calls you the Obsidian Oracle, a dual embodiment of Scorpio's deep, almost volcanic power.
Dual embodiment. How does it break that down?
So it sees your Scorpio Sun as the subterranean alchemist. That's the part of you forging destiny deep down, in those symbolic magma chambers.
Okay, deep inner work. And the rising.
Your Scorpio Rising, in this context, is the veiled prophetess. It's the part that reflects raw truth, like looking into polished, dark obsidian mirrors.
Wow. Alchemist and prophetess. That's quite the pairing.
It is. And for 2025, this source casts you in a really remarkable role: the earthquake and the seismograph.
The earthquake and the seismograph.
Meaning you are simultaneously generating immense disruptive change, the earthquake, and you're the one most acutely sensing it, recording it, understanding it, the seismograph.
That's intense. Right out of the gate, being both the force and the measurement of that force.
Exactly. So let's unpack how the source sees the astrological landscape of 2025, shaping this very intense experience. It uses this term, quantum astrology landscape.
Quantum astrology, hinting at deeper connections.
Yeah, interconnected energies at play. The first major player it focuses on is Pluto, planet of transformation, power, moving through Aquarius in your 12th house throughout 2025.
Pluto in the 12th. That's deep subconscious territory. How does the source describe it?
It calls this transit nothing less than cosmic deprogramming.
Cosmic deprogramming. Wow. Sounds like a complete system reboot. But on a soul level, what exactly does the text mean by that?
Well, it frames it as a profound purging of ancestral karma. It suggests it operates through quantum entanglement with collective shadows.
Quantum entanglement, so connecting your personal stuff with wider collective patterns.
Precisely. The idea is that deep inherited patterns, maybe unhealed collective pain points, are being stirred up within you. It predicts you'll experience midnight revelations.
Midnight revelation.
Yeah, powerful insights, maybe in dreams or meditation or just those quiet moments. Insights designed to literally rewrite your soul's deep programming, your soul's code, as it puts it.
So it's about confronting unseen baggage, the inherited stuff, in a very direct, maybe even involuntary way. Okay. What else is highlighted in this landscape?
Next up, Saturn. The planet of structure, lessons, discipline. It's moving through Pisces in your 3rd house.
Saturn in Pisces, 3rd house of communication. What does the source say Saturn does there?
It creates what the source calls a karmic containment field.
A containment field, like holding something powerful in check.
Right.
Or defining it.
Kind of both, actually. It's colliding with Neptune's energy, which is also in Pisces, you see. Neptune represents fluid boundaries, intuition, the subconscious.
And that's happening in your communication house.
Right. So this structured Saturn energy meets Neptune's liquid consciousness, specifically in how you think and communicate. The source highlights that under this influence, your words become incredibly potent, almost like spells.
Words as spells. Okay, for a Scorpio sun rising, that resonance is immediate. That feels right.
Absolutely. This text strongly emphasizes that your communication in 2025 requires surgical precision. What you say, how you say it, even what you consciously choose not to say, carries significant weight, real consequence.
So it's about wielding your voice with immense power, but also responsibility. That makes sense.
It really does.
Okay, that combination, deep subconscious purging from Pluto, plus needing precision in communication from Saturn, that already feels incredibly potent. Where does Jupiter fit in? Planet of expansion.
Good question. Jupiter starts 2025 in Gemini, which is your 11th house, until around late May, early June.
11th house, networks, groups, future hopes.
Exactly. This phase, the source suggests, brings a neural network expansion. Think exciting growth, maybe new connections, activity within your social circles, networks, collaborations perhaps. Your connections are buzzing before summer.
Okay, sounds like a period of outward energy, maybe connecting with others before something shifts.
It does seem that way.
Yeah.
Because after June 2025, Jupiter shifts into Cancer, and that moves it into your 12th house.
Ah, back to the 12th house again, like Pluto.
Right. So now Jupiter, the great expander, is also activating this deep, subconscious hidden realm. The source actually warns this combination can trigger psychic tsunami warnings within your subconscious.
Psychic tsunami warnings, meaning?
It's an expansion of your intuitive and psychic capabilities, right?
Right.
But potentially feeling overwhelming if you're not, let's say, prepared to navigate those deeper waters. There's a lot of incoming intuitive data.
So by the second half of the year, you have two major planets, Pluto and Jupiter, amplifying that intense 12th house energy. Wow.
Yeah.
That really underscores the potential for those midnight revelations and deep subconscious shifts the text mentioned.
It absolutely does. And there's another layer of intensity here.
Oh.
The eclipses. The source highlights two key ones occurring in Aries and Libra.
Eclipses. They always feel like fate knocking, forcing big changes. When are these and where do they hit for this Scorpio archetype?
March 29th in Aries and September 17th in Libra. And these land right on the axis of your 4th house and your 10th house.
4th and 10th. Home, roots, family versus career, public life, reputation. That's a core axis.
A very core axis. The source vividly describes these eclipses as reality fault lines.
Reality fault lines, like cracks appearing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ruptures or maybe moments of crisis that occur between your private world, your home, family, roots, even your deepest inner demons, that's the 4th house, and your public life, career, reputation, external power structures, the 10th house.
And the source gives specifics.
It states quite directly that under these eclipses, family secrets demand daylight.
Wow. Okay. So those ancestral karma themes we talked about with Pluto, they're going to be dramatically triggered, potentially exposed, right where home meets the outside world. It really seems like 2025, according to the source, is pulling up the deepest roots for you.
It absolutely paints that picture. And the text goes even deeper. It suggests these powerful astrological transits aren't just happening out there in the cosmos.
Oh, how so?
It describes something called somatic resonance. Basically how these cosmic shifts manifest as physical sensations within your body. Your body acts as a kind of oracle, a receiver.
The body as an oracle. I like that. How does it describe these physical echoes? What does it feel like?
Well, for that potent Pluto in Aquarius and the 12th house influence, the source mentions experiencing ice fire sensations in your bone marrow and occipital lobe during sleep.
Ice fire in your bones during sleep. That's specific.
Very specific. And it links this directly to that ancestral DNA awakening it mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Like your physical structure is literally registering these deep cellular energetic shifts, feeling ancient lineage.
That's a powerful image, feeling it in your bones. And what about Saturn in Pisces in the 3rd, the communication piece? Any physical signs there?
Yes. This transit is connected to experiencing a metallic taste and throat constriction, specifically when you attempt to suppress uncomfortable or, quote, dangerous truths.
A metallic taste. And your throat tightens up when you hold back.
Exactly. And the source gives potent advice here. To reclaim your voice and power, you must swallow deliberately. It's presented not just physically, but symbolically. You have to integrate the difficult truths you might be tempted to censor rather than letting them get stuck, physically lodged there.
So your body is giving you a literal, uncomfortable warning sign when you're not speaking your truth. Makes sense. What about Mars? Planet of energy, action, desire.
Mars spends a significant chunk of time, July and August, in Leo. And for you, that falls into your 8th house.
Ah, the 8th house. Very Scorpio territory, intimacy, shared resources, power dynamics, transformation.
Deep Scorpio territory. The source describes feeling pressure in your ovarious sacrum during intimacy during this Mars transit. But, and this is crucial, it frames this not as pain, but as power gathering.
Power gathering, not pain.
Okay, your physical self is registering the potent, transformative energy Mars is stirring up in this deeply vulnerable but also powerful part of your chart, reframing intensity as energy building.
Right, so these somatic experiences aren't just random aches and pains, they're signals. Translations of the intense cosmic work happening. Your body is part of the process.
Precisely. Your physical form is integral. The source then weaves in what it calls echoes through time and culture. showing how this powerful Scorpio archetype, this energy, has manifested before in history and culture.
Connecting this personal journey to broader human experience, what examples does it use?
It highlights figures it associates with this energy, like Indira Gandhi, noted as having both Scorpio Sun and Rising. The source points to her brutal pragmatism in power, alongside significant challenges with family karma.
Ah, so that mirrors the 4th, 10th house eclipse tension we discussed. Private legacy versus public authority.
Exactly. It makes that abstract astrological tension feel very human, very real. It also mentions Marie Laveau.
The voodoo queen of New Orleans.
That's her. The source mentions her speculated Scorpio dominance and how she was said to transform spiritual shadows, difficult energies, into communal healing practices, taking darkness and alchemizing it.
Turning darkness into a source of healing. That's very Scorpio.
It is. The source ties these figures together with a really potent statement about their legacy and yours. True power requires bathing in your darkest waters.
A clear message. For this archetype, depth, intensity, facing the shadow, they aren't obstacles. They're necessary ingredients for claiming power.
Absolutely essential. And it brings us into culture, too.
How does this Scorpio essence show up in, say, cultural references according to the text?
It uses some really striking cinematic and musical comparisons. It suggests your essence is like, imagine the intense, grieving protagonist Annie Graham from the film Hereditary, meeting the fiercely determined, vengeful Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill.
Wow, that's quite a combination. Grief transmuted into lethal grace.
Something like that. Profound grief or trauma becoming potent, precise action. It also mentions the gothic, secrets-heavy intensity of Crimson Peak, fused with the calculated strategic vengeance seen in Gone Girl.
So navigating darkness with sharp intellect and a plan, not just being consumed.
Right. Intentionality in the shadows.
Mm.
And musically, it points to Diamanda Glass's Plague Mass,
Oh, very intense.
representing Scorpio's scream, that raw, cathartic, maybe unsettling expression of pain and power, and layers that with Earth Eater's music, specifically mentioning mitosis, representing cellular rebirth, that fundamental, often uncomfortable breakdown to build anew.
These references, they're not light, are they? But they paint a very vivid, almost visceral picture of the deep transformative energies this text says you'll be engaging with, facing the core of the archetype.
It really brings the abstract transits down to an experiential level. And the source doesn't just describe the landscape, it offers an interactive journey. It calls it the labyrinth of the double phoenix.
A labyrinth, like a path to navigate.
Exactly. With 3 distinct phases, it suggests, for navigating 2025. Think of it as a practical roadmap through the intensity.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's the first phase?
The first is shadow purification, running from about January through May. This lines up directly with that early, intense Pluto in the 12th house activation we discussed.
Makes sense. Does it offer guidance for this phase?
It does. Powerful pause and reflect questions like, what inherited curse, linked to Pluto 12, actually fuels my power? What must I stop sanitizing?
Oof. What must I stop sanitizing? That cuts right to the core of facing uncomfortable truths, doesn't it?
It really does. For a practical ritual blueprint during this phase, the source suggests a black salt exorcism around the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse on May 7th.
Black salt exorcism. How did that work?
It involves mixing sea salt with ash, maybe from burning written betrayals or patterns you want to release. Then using that mixture to scrub your doorstep while chanting, what binds me feeds me, what feeds me frees me. And finally, burying the remnants at a crossroads.
A potent alchemical act, releasing the toxic, reclaiming power from it. Is there a physical practice suggested?
Yes, an embodiment exercise called the Marrow resonance hum. You stand in darkness, hum the lowest note you can sustain, focusing on the vibration traveling down your spine into your pelvis, imagining you're shaking poison from your very bones.
Connecting back to those somatic sensations, that ancestral energy in the bones, using sound and vibration to actively release it. Okay, what's phase 2?
Phase 2 moves into truth detonation. This runs roughly from March through September, directly overlapping with those 4th, 10th house eclipses, the reality fault lines.
Truth detonation sounds explosive.
It does. The pause and reflect questions for this phase suggested after the Aries eclipse on March 29th are sharp. Which family lie, 4th house, is corroding my public integrity? 10th house. What explosion must I control?
Really forcing you to look at that intersection of private and public, where the cracks are showing.
Gets right to the heart of the eclipse tension. The ritual blueprint for this phase centers around the Libra full moon eclipse on September 17th. It's called the Poison Medicine Vial Ritual.
Poison medicine.
Intriguing.
You fill one vial with vinegar representing hidden secrets, the poison, another with honey representing truth, the medicine. You pour both into volcanic soil, plant night-blooming jasmine over it, and work with the mantra. Rot becomes nectar. That's beautiful. Taking the difficult, toxic secrets and transforming them into something that nourishes growth, beauty, flowering in the dark, alchemy again.
Exactly. And the physical exercise for this phase, it's active, called the volcanic spine surge.
Volcanic spine surge.
You kneel, arch your back sharply inhaling, imagining drawing up buried rage or truth. Then you collapse forward, belly to spine, exhaling with a loud roar, releasing that energy. Repeat 8 times that Scorpio number of transformation.
A very physical way to embody the detonation, channeling that internal pressure outwards safely. Okay, and the final phase.
The third phase is psychic sovereignty, spanning June through December. This is when Jupiter has joined Pluto in your 12th house, amplifying those intuitive waters.
Right, the psychic tsunami potential.
Exactly. The pause and reflect questions, suggested as Jupiter enters Cancer around June 25th, are, what dormant gift, 12th house, waits beneath my terror? How do I weaponize vulnerability?
Weaponize vulnerability, that flips the script. Suggesting vulnerability isn't weakness, but something you can consciously wield.
Precisely. Reframing it as a source of power, especially with that deep 12th house energy. The ritual blueprint for this phase around the Scorpio new moon on November 4th is the Mirror Tomb ritual.
Mirror Tomb sounds intense.
It is. You write your deepest fears on a mirror with black wax. Seal the mirror in a box with protective herbs like mugwort and obsidian. Bury the box for 3 nights. Then retrieve it, smash the mirror with intention, and declare the mantra, I shatter the prison of my sight.
Wow. Burying the reflection of fears, symbolically killing them, then shattering the mirror, breaking illusions, limited self-perception. Very potent.
It is, and the embodiment exercise, the womb space sonar. Lying fetal, hands over your womb area, whispers, show me. Then focus inward. Tracking physical sensations is psychic intelligence, intuitive guidance emerging from that core space.
Tying body awareness to psychic perception. So this whole interactive journey, it provides concrete ways to not just understand, but actively engage with the intense energies this source predicts for 2025.
Exactly. It's an invitation to participate in the transformation. And finally, the source text looks ahead. It offers future forecasting, laying out 3 potential realms of rebirth.
Realms of rebirth, like outcomes based on your choices.
Precisely. It suggests different paths manifesting based on how you navigate these transits and engage with the work. The first is the transcendent vessel.
Okay, what does that look like?
This happens if you surrender to and work with Pluto and Jupiter in the 12th. You channel those deep collective shadows, personal insights, into things like art or activism. Your voice, refined by Saturn in the 3rd, gains shamanic potency. The outcome may be founding trauma-informed communities, becoming a living bridge. The key choice here is daily communion with darkness, a sacred text, seeing it not as evil, but as wisdom.
Embracing the shadow work for profound connection and healing.
Yeah.
Okay. The second path.
The architect of ruin. This manifests if you master the eclipse tensions and Mars in the 8th. You use that disruptive energy to expose corruption, dismantle abusive systems, personal, familial, professional.
So focused on external change.
Yes. The outcome is crumbling toxic legacies, but, the source notes, you'll likely make dangerous enemies. The key choice. Protecting your inner softness while detonating structures. Balancing power with self-care.
A confrontational path demanding strength and preservation, and the third possibility.
This one's called the self-consuming furnace. This is the challenging outcome if you resist the work of Saturn in the 3rd and Jupiter in the 12th. Unspoken truths might fester, maybe into illness. Jupiter's 12th house expansion could deepen isolation into paranoia.
What's the outcome there?
Psychic implosion, creative energy curdling into self-harm or stagnation. The key choice leading here is mistaking rigid control for true power, silencing your inner knowing, your body's signals.
That third possibility really underscores the importance of leaning into the transformation the source describes, not suppressing it. These realms highlight your agency.
They present a stark choice in how you wield that inherent Scorpio power. And finally, as a powerful encapsulation of this whole intense journey for you, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising in 2025, the source provides the Obsidian Oracle's mantra.
Let's hear it.
It is, I am the knife and the wound.
The poison and the antidote.
I name the unnameable, wear the unmaskable.
And rise twice born from my own sacred ashes.
Followed by those potent symbols. Ah, plus astrological.
Wow, that mantra captures it all. The pain, the healing, the unveiling of truth, that powerful rebirth from your own depths.
It really does. This deep dive into the Obsidian Oracle paints 2025 as a year of profound, challenging, ultimately revolutionary transformation for you, happening on so many levels: cosmic, psychological, somatic, ancestral.
And given that core identity the source gives you being both the earthquake and the seismograph, the force and the recorder, maybe it leaves you with this thought to ponder. Where does your inner foundation truly lie amidst all this predicted profound transformation? Where do you stand when the ground shakes?
As our cosmic journey concludes,
Dive deeper into your unique path.
request your email audio reading now. Find the link in the description below.
Explore episode resources and links.
All details are waiting for you there.
Ignite. Think. Become.
Subscribe for Starlight Insights. Thank you for joining us.